Spring is the season to declutter our homes or maybe clean out our garages, but it can also be a great time to think about giving our manners a good spring cleaning. Here with some ideas on how to do just that is Mr. Manners himself, Thomas Farley, joining us now. And Thomas, it's good to have you here.
Great to be here, Elise.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I feel like I have to be like on my best behavior, right? We have
You always
Mr.
are.
Manners here. That's a big deal. Looking forward to learning all that you have to teach us today. And I like how you did this. Each letter of the word spring, you say,
Yes.
can serve as a manners reminder, right?
That's right. So we know, of course, about New Year's resolutions, but we don't often think about spring as an opportunity to give our manners a refresh.
Sure.
So each letter of the word spring will serve as an inspiration for us this season.
Okay.
So starting with the letter S, I'm going to say substitute the words thank you for sorry. So we're very often in the habit of apologizing constantly. I'm so sorry I'm late. I'm sorry I didn't get this to you. This has the effect of bringing all the attention onto you rather than thanking the person for their understanding. So thank you so much for waiting for me. Thank you so much for your patience, rather than, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. It gets really tired very quickly.
Yeah.
So thank you, not sorry.
What an interesting way to look at that, too. I mean, you're right. It does take the attention off of you and put it back on others when you say thank you.
That's right. I'm the person who really was doing the kind thing by being understanding.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So substituting thank you for sorry. Now for the P of spring, you say put away your phone.
Put away the phone. And this is
hard,
particularly, right? It's difficult. And of course, you know, I'm not to say that we should never be using our phones, but particularly on occasions where we're out with friends. Think of how difficult it is to align schedules and get everybody together for the same occasion. I can't tell you how many gatherings I've been to. I'm sure you feel the same way. You're at a dinner table and you look around out in a restaurant, everybody's doing this. And I just think, what a squandered opportunity to really reconnect. Put away the phone. If it's an emergency with the babysitter, fine, we get it. Otherwise, wait until you're away from the friends and on your own to use that phone.
Very, very good advice. Something I think a lot of us could take to heart. Now, you also say RSVP. That's the R of spring.
That's the R of spring, and the reason for this is we've landed in the culture of maybe. So people invite you to something, and you don't say yes, you don't say no, maybe you say nothing, or like Evite and all these electronic invitations will give you this option to say maybe, which I think is the worst thing for any host who's really trying to plan and needs a number, a solid number to order food, and maybe invite some additional people if some are not going to be able to make it. So don't wait until the last minute. Don't not RSVP. Don't show up without RSVPing. Say yes or no as soon as you possibly can. And I'd rather you say no if you're a maybe, and then later say, you know what, my plans have changed. If you still have space, I'd be happy to join. If not, I understand, rather than leaving your host hanging.
So this is something small we can do that would make a big difference, right?
It's just a little tweak.
Just do it.
Anybody who throws a party knows the annoyance of this, or a wedding where often you're chasing down
True
RSVPs.
that. I do remember that, right? And it's baby shower season here at Fox 5, and I know the hostesses are going, please just tell me, are you coming to the shower? So RSVP, and that would help a lot of people out. Now, the I of spring, ignore the noise. What do you mean?
Ignore the noise. So here we're talking about the noise on social media. So it's so easy, especially in the climate that we live in, regardless of what side you're on, to get sucked into the negativity, the name calling, often with people who are perfect strangers. And I'm here to tell you that I don't think anyone has ever had their mind changed on social media. Difficult enough to change it face to face, but if you think that your wonderful argument is going to change somebody's mind, it's not going to happen. So don't bother. You're only going to get annoyed, and so will they.
Right. It's draining, too.
It's very draining, and it just brings the national dialogue down, I think.
Sure. I like that. Okay, so you say also notch up your look.
Notch up the look. So whether you're going to the grocery store in your PJs.
Are we not supposed to do that?
Not recommended.
I'm kidding.
I think we've fallen into a culture where we're very casual. I think we see the popularity of athleisure. We see business casual in many workplaces. And the idea of actually getting dressed up, even every now and then, is kind of becoming a lost art for so many people. And I think you show your care, you show your dedication to the people that you're visiting by dressing up a little bit. And I think it's a nice thing to do, and spring is a great time to do it.
Yeah, some very good advice. Is that why you got all spiffied up for us today?
I'm always dressed up, but this is special for all of you.
I like that. Okay, so the another point of this, the final point you say, is to give thanks on paper.
Yeah, so thank you notes, not thank you texts, not thank you emails. Think about it. When was the last time you pegged to the refrigerator or corkboard a text message, right? It doesn't happen.
You're right.
How often do we get thank you notes? It's rare, but when we do, they really stand out. Those are the people who definitely get another gift, maybe a bigger gift next year, because they show their true appreciation. They're the ones who get invited back for a second second interview. They're the ones who get invited again to the dinner party. So if you think about it, the amount of time that goes into finding the perfect gift or throwing the perfect dinner party, it takes mere minutes to write a thank you note, and I think it's something we all should get much more in the habit of doing.
So there you go, spring, using spring as an opportunity to dust up on or brush up, I guess, on our manners for sure. So how can we keep up with you on social media?
Oh, thank you so much. So I'm at Mr. Manners on both Twitter and Instagram. It's Mr. spelled out, and MrManners.com with a hyphen between Mr. and Manners.
Sure did enjoy having you here today.
Thank you, Elise.
Thank you so
Pleasure.
much for the help. We appreciate that. And for more about Mr. Manners, you can use the Fox 5 Atlanta app or look for the viewer information story.